from now on, we are not going to have any more charcoal burning.
The anger, the destruction, and now dead stock has piled up. Kitui forests bear the brunt of environmental degradation.
And there's some trees which are being felled for charcoal are like 30 and above years old. We don't imagine growing back that tree.
This is the aerial view of parts of Kitui South constituency. Previously thick forests now have patches of human activity, majorly due to the charcoal trade. The main charcoal hotspots are near the border with Tana River County, but spread across Kitui East, Kitui South and Mwingi regions. These are areas that over the past 5 years have had a decline in the amount of rainfall they receive, with temperatures on a steady rise, especially during dry weather seasons.
Rainfall is dependent on tree cover. We call it surface cover. So when the clouds are passing and the ground has been cleared, we will not have enough ground cover to bring about that precipitation. So rain will no longer be there.
Kitui is wrestling with its share of floods from the ongoing heavy rains, but the runoff is extreme for rivers that dry up as soon as the rain stops. Here is a river in Mutomo division. It is not raining, but residents are overwhelmed by the runoff from upper regions. Such has been the narrative of the past few years, environmentalists attributing the situation to reducing tree cover that also exposes the county's fertile soils to erosion. Food productivity is by sheer luck here.
Hapa watu wanachoma makaa kwa wingi sababu hawana mapato. Na vile mvua hazinyeshi. Mvua iliyokwisha kukunyesha kabisa, watu hakupata kitu. Sasa ndio watu wakawa ni tegemeo lao.
But how did the county get here? In 2014, the Kitui County Assembly enacted the Kitui County Charcoal Management Act. Under that law, residents interested in producing charcoal were to belong to charcoal producers associations, organizations that would ensure only tree branches were cut for burning, while a regular tree planting exercise was to be observed. These associations of producers were to sell their yields to Kitui County Charcoal Transporters Associations. These were charged with the responsibility of finding market for Kitui charcoal. The system worked for a few weeks or months until businessmen saw an opportunity.
Now these cartels and producers are bypassing the charcoal producer associations and personally going into the forest to produce charcoal. This time using even dozens of power saws or cutting down indigenous trees.
CPO amepewa sheria hakuna kukata mti chini. Tunakata ile miti imekauka na tunatumia branches. Lakini hao wenye wako vyama natumia power saw, wanakata mti yote, wanachoma hapo chini hata hiyo mti iweze kuchifuka ingine. Na hao walagai wengine wanaingia wanachukulia na wanaenda. Kwa hivyo tukionekana inaonekana yote ni kama ile chama.
A bag of charcoal from recognized charcoal producers goes for between 400 and 600 shillings. But when the unregulated cartel producers get on the ground, the trade changes.
The charcoal produced is shared between that person producing and the owner of the land. Like if you produce 200 bags of charcoal, the 100 belongs to the owner of the land and the other 100 is by the producer. And then after that, they now go back to the community member now and buy back the part of their share at the throwaway price. And I think because the person has not invested anything, they are also poor, they will accept any price. I'm told they buy for as low as 200 shillings per bag and 250. So finally they take all the charcoal. That is how much they pay.
Before the charcoal ban, the registered charcoal transporters moved at least 3,000 bags to Nairobi every week. That in a month translates to at least 12,000 bags. In Nairobi, a bag could be sold to another layer of brokers at between 1,100 and 1,200 shillings. This translates into 14 million shillings of revenue for the transporters, but the same had cost as low as 4.8 million shillings in Kitui. But this is only charcoal sold through legally recognized transporters. As for cartels, the value is unknown but hasn't stopped. Over the past 3 months, several transporters accused of operating illegally have been arrested within Kitui County and en route to Nairobi. These 6 vehicles were impounded last week in Ukasi, Mwingi. They were carrying a combined 930 bags. County officials say that before the ban, cartels had been using fake letters of permit from Tana River County.
Tana River would not help us get a solution because we wanted them to contain their own letters, documents. And we see how we can regulate charcoal trade with our own documentation under the law. And since it became a mopass across the border, then the trade was no longer viable.
Hata saa hii najua inaenda. Inaendaje? Siwezi eleza inaendaje, lakini ninajua inaenda.
According to the Society for International Development, 17% of Kenyan households use charcoal as main source of cooking fuel. It is, however, estimated that 82% of urban households use charcoal as part of their energy.
Honestly, this feels like the middle of nowhere, but I can tell you this is supposed to be part of Thua River within Kitui South constituency. The stumps that you can see are testament to the kind of destruction that has befallen such kind of forests. What you are told is that illegal charcoal producers invade such forests, choosing the hugest of trees that in their view would bring them the biggest value for money that they did not invest in the first place.
As such, a skim through a chunk of the forest shows no huge trees, and those that remain carry no economic value if charcoal is the consideration. With felling trees declared illegal, charcoal harvesters have a new way of bringing down the black gold. They burn the trees from the ground until they fall, thus avoiding the attention of forest guards. In the second part of the hot charcoal ban, I tell you of poor families that have sunk deeper into destitution with the ban. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV, Kitui County.